What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Hope y'all are doing awesome. Today we're back with another Genesis video. We're working in Genesis. If you haven't seen these before, I'm just kind of reading through the scriptures. We've been going through Genesis. We've gone 1 through 35. So we've been trying to do 5 a day per week. Post these on Sundays. So anyway, back today, we're continuing on. We're on chapter 36. We're going to shoot through 40. They don't look too bad. 36 is kind of long, but not too long. But we've got a few. The rest of them are fairly short, so we should be able to make it through 40 today. So anyway, glad you could make it. Grab your copy, King James Version. Again, if you haven't seen before, I'm not the best reader in the world. I'm still learning. This is my first time through, especially reading it on camera, and I decided to choose the Old Testament, which is pretty tough. Bear with me. We're getting through it. Hope you enjoy it. Grab your set, King James Version, and follow along. All right, chapter 36. Now, these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives and the daughters of Canaan, Adah, the daughter of Enan, the Hittite, and Aholibama, or something like that. I'm not the best with names, especially, so you'll have to bear with me on some of that. The daughter of Anah, and Ha, the daughter of Zibeon the Hivite, and Bashemath, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nebahoth, and Adah bare to Esau, Eliphaz, and Bashemath bare Reuel, and Asholibamah bare Jehush, and Jamel, and Korah. These are the sons of Esau, which were born unto him in the land of Canaan. Again, I'm not good with names, so if you hear me struggling, it's probably some of these biblical names. So, and Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters and all the persons of his house and his cattle and his beasts and all his substance which he had got in the land of Canaan, and went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob, went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob. And their riches were more than that they might dwell together. And the land wherein they were strangers could not bear them because of their cattle. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites, in Mount Seir. These are the names of Esau's son: Eliphaz, the son of Adah, the wife of Esau; Reuel, the son of Bashemath, the wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, and Getam, and Kenaz. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife. And these are the sons of Reuel: Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah. These were the sons of Bashemath, Esau's wife. And these were the sons of Aholibamah, the daughters of Anah, the daughters of Zibeon, Esau's wife. And she bare Esau Jeush, and Jalem, and Korah. These were the dukes of the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn son of Esau: Duke Teman, Duke Omar, Duke Zepho, Duke Kenaz, Duke Korah, Duke Getam, and Duke Amalek. These are the dukes that came of Eliphaz in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Adah. And these are the sons of Reuel, Esau's son: Duke Nahath, Duke Zerah, Duke Shammah, Duke Mizah. And these are the dukes that came from Reuel in the land of Edom. These are the sons of Bashemath, Esau's wife. And these are the sons of Aholibamah, Esau's wife: Duke Jeush, Duke Jalem, Duke Korah. These were the dukes that came from Aholibamah, the daughter of Anah, Esau's wife. These are the sons of Esau, who is Edom, and these are their dukes. These are the sons of Seir the Horite, who inhabited the land: Lotan, and Shobal, and Zibeon, and Anah, and Dishon, and Ezer, and Dishon, and Ezer, and Dishan. These are the dukes of the Horite, the children of Seir in the land of Edom. And the children of Lotan were Hori and Hemam, and Lotan's sister Timnah. And the children of Shobal were these, Alvan and Manahath, and Ebal and Shepho and Onam. And these are the children of Zibeon, both Aha and Anna. This was that Anna that found the mules in the wilderness as he fled the asses of Zibeon his father. And the children of Anna were these, Dishon and Aholibamah, the daughter of Anna. And these are the children of Dishon, Hemdan and Eshban and Ithran and Sharon. The children of Ezer were these, Bilhan and Zavan and Achan. The children of Dishon were these, Uz and Aaron. These are the dukes that came from the Horite, Duke Lotan, Duke Shobal, Duke Zibeon, Duke Anna, Duke Dishon, Duke Ezer, Duke Dishon. These are the dukes that came from Hori among their dukes in the land of Seir. And these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom before there reigned any king over the children of Israel. And Bela, the son of Beor, reigned in Edom, and the name of the city was Dinhabah. And Bela died, and Jobab, the son of Zerah of Bozrah, reigned in his stead. And Jobab died, and Husham of the land of Timoni reigned in his stead. And Husham died, and Hadad, the son of Bedad, who smote Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his stead. And the name of the city was Avith. And Hadad died, and Simlah of Mazarkah reigned in his stead. And Semlah died, and Saul of Rehoboth by the river reigned in his stead. And Saul died, and Baalhanan, the son of Achbor, reigned in his stead. And Alban, the son of Achbor, died, and Hadar reigned in his stead. And the name of the city was Pau, and his wife's name was Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mezahab. And these are the names of the dukes that came of Esau, according to their families, after their places, by their names, dukes, Duke Timah, Duke Alva, and Duke Jedeth, and Duke Aholibamah, Duke Elah, and Duke Pinon, Duke Kenaz, Duke Timon, Duke Mibzar, Duke Madiel, Duke Eram, be the dukes of Edom, according to the habitations of the land of their possession. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites. So that was kind of tough, but, we got through it, 12 minutes. But anyway, number 37. 37 is kind of long too, but hopefully it's not a bunch of names. So hopefully we can get through it a little quicker. But anyway, chapter 37. And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger in the land of Canaan. And these are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren. And the lad was with the sons of Bilhah, with the sons of Zilpah, the father's wives, and Joseph brought unto his father their evil report. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all of his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him, and could not speak peaceably unto him. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it to his brethren, that they hated him yet no more. And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaves stood round about, and made obeisance to my sheaf. And his brethren said unto him, Thou shalt indeed reign over us, or shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dream and for his words. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more. And behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. And he told it to his father and to his brethren, And his father rebuked him, and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow ourselves down to thee to the earth? And his brethren envied him. But his father observed the saying, and his brethren went to feed their father's flocks in Shechem. And Israel said unto Joseph, Do not thy brethren feed the flocks in Shechem? Come, and I will send thee unto them. And he said to him, Here am I. And he said unto him, Go, I pray thee, see whether it be well with thy brethren, and well with the flocks, and bring me word again. So he sent him out of the vale of Hebron, and he come to Shechem. And a certain man found him, and behold, he was wandering in the field. And the man asked him, saying, What seekest thou? And he said, I seek my brethren. Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed their flocks. And the man said, They departed hence. For I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan. And Joseph went after his brethren, and found them in Dothan. And when they saw him far off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. And they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh. Come now therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him into some pit. And we will say, Some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dream. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, Let us not kill him. Reuben said unto them, Shed no blood, but cast him into a pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hand, to deliver him unto his father. Again, and it came to pass, when Joseph came unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat, and his coat of many colors was on him. And they took him, and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty, and there was no water in it. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes, and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead, with their camels bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. And Judah said unto his brethren, What profit is it if we slay our brother, and conceal his blood? Come, and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content. And there passed the Midianites and the merchantmen, and there passed by Midianites, merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph into Egypt. And Reuben returned to the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit. And he rent his clothes. And he returned unto his brethren, and said, The child is not, and I whither I shall go. And they took Joseph's coat, and killed a kid of the goat, and dipped the coat in the blood. And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father, and said, This we have found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or not. And he knew it, and said, It is my son's coat. An evil beast hath devoured him. Joseph is without doubt rent in pieces. Now Jacob sent his clothes, and put sackcloth upon his loins, and mourned for his son many days. And all his sons and all his daughters arose up to comfort him. But he refused to be comforted. And he said, For I will go into the grave unto my mourning. Thus his father wept for him. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt. Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh's, and the captain of the guard. That wasn't too bad. Number 38. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren, and turned into a certain Adullamite, whose name was Hirah. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shuha. And he took her, and went in unto her, and she conceived and bare a son. And he called his name And she conceived again, and bare a son, and she called his name Onan. And she conceived yet again, and bare a son, and called his name Shelah. And he was at Chezib when she bare him. And Judah took his wife for his firstborn. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. And Judah said unto Onan, Go into thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass that when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest he should give seed unto his brother. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord. Therefore he slew him also. Then said Judah to Tamar his daughter-in-law, Remain a widow at thy father's house, till Shelah my son be grown. And he said, Lest peradventure he die also, as his brethren did. And Tamar went to dwell in her father's house. And in process of time, the daughter of Shuhah, Judah's wife, died. And Judah was comforted, and went up to his sheep shearers to Timnath, he and his friend Hirah, the Adullamite. And it was told to Tamar, saying, Behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnah to shear his sheep. And she put her widow's garments off from her, and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself, and sat in an open place, which is by the way of Timnath. For she saw that Shelah was grown, and it was not given unto him, and she was not given unto him to wife. And Judah saw her, and he thought her to be an harlot, because she had covered her face. And he turned unto her by the way, and said, Go to, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. And she said, What wilt thou give me, that thou mayest come in unto me? And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, Wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? And he said, What pledge shall I give thee? And she said, Thy signet and thy bracelet, that thy staff that is in thine hand. And he gave it her. And he came in unto her, and she conceived by him. And she arose, and went away, and laid by her veil from her, and put on the garments of her widowhood. And Judah sent the kid by the land of his friend the Amulite, to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. Then he asked the man of that place, saying, Where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, There was no harlot in this place. And he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of that place said, There was no harlot in this place. And Judah said, Let her take it to her, lest she be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. And it came to pass that about 3 months after that it was told Judah, saying, Timnah, thy daughter-in-law, hath played the harlot, and also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, Bring her forth, and let her be burnt. And when she was brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, By the man who these are, I am with child. And she said, Discern, I pray thee, whose are these, the signet and the bracelet and the staff? And Judah acknowledged them, and said, She hath been more righteous than I, because that I gave her not to Shelah my son. And he knew her again no more. And it came to pass that the time of her travail, that behold, twins were in her womb. And it came to pass that when she traveled, that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took and bound upon his hand a scarlet thread, saying, This came out first. And it came to pass that he drew back his hand, that behold, his brother came out. And she said, How hast thou broken forth? This breach be upon thee. Therefore his name was called Pharez. And afterward came out his brother, that had the scarlet thread upon his hand, and his name was called Zerah. 39. We're doing all right. 39 is not too bad. All right, 39. And Joseph was brought down into Egypt, and Pittorah, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guards, an Egyptian, bought him of the hand of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down to thither. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was prosperous and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in the land, in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer of his house, and all that he had he put into his hand. And it came to pass that from the time that he made him overseer in his house, and over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of the Lord was upon all he had in the house and in the field. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph saw a goodly person, and well favored. And it came to pass that after these things, that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and said, Lie with me. But he refused, and said unto his master's wife, Behold, my master wotteth not what is with me in this house, and he hath committed all that he hath to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me but thee. Behold, thou art his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? And it came to pass that she spake to Joseph day by day, that he hearkened not unto her, to lie with her, or to be with her. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business. There was none of the men of the house there within. And she caught him by his garment, saying, Lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand, and fled, and got him out. And it came to pass, when she saw that he had left his garments in her hand, and he was fled forth, that she called unto the men of her house, and spake unto them, saying, See, he hath brought in an Hebrew unto us to mock us. He came in unto me to lie with me. And I cried with loud voice. And it came to pass that when he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, he left his garment with me and fled, and got him out. And she laid up his garment by her until his Lord came home. And she spake unto him according to these words, saying, The Hebrew servant which thou hast brought unto us came in unto me to mock me. And it came to pass, as I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled out. And it came to pass, when his master heard the words of his wife, which she spake unto him, saying, After this manner did thy servant to me, that his wrath was kindled. And Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound, and he was there in the prison. But the Lord was with Joseph, and showed him mercy, and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners that were in the prison, and whatsoever they did there he was the doer of it. And the keeper of the prison looked to anything that was under his hand, because the Lord was with him, and that which he did, the Lord made it to prosper. All right, chapter 40. Another kind of shorty. We should be able to make it through this one pretty quick. And it came to pass that these things, that the butcher of the kings of Egypt and his baker had offended their lord the king of Egypt. And Pharaoh was wroth against two of his officers, against the chief of the butlers, against the chief of the bakers. And he put them in ward in the house of the captain of the guard, into the prison, the place where Joseph was bound. And the captain of the guard charged Joseph with them, and he served them. And they continued a season in ward. And they dreamed a dream, both of them, each man his dream in one night, each man according to the interpretation of his dream, the butler and the baker of the king of Egypt, which were bound in the prison. And Joseph came in unto them in the morning, and looked upon them, and behold, they were sad. And he asked Pharaoh's officers that were with him in the ward of the Lord's house, saying, Wherefore look ye so sadly today? And they said unto him, We have dreamed a dream, and there is no interpreter of it. And Joseph said unto them, Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me them, I pray you. And the chief butler told his dream to Joseph, and said unto him, In my dream, behold, vine was before me, and in the vine were 3 branches, and it was and it was taught, and it was though it budded, and her blossoms were shot forth, and the clusters thereof brought forth ripe grapes. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes, and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup, and I gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. And Joseph said unto him, This is the interpretation of it. The 3 branches are 3 days. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thine head, and restore thee unto thy place. And thou shalt deliver Pharaoh's cup into his hand, after the former manner when thou wast his butler. But think on me when it shall be well with thee, and show kindness, I pray thee, unto me, and make mention of me unto Pharaoh, and bring me out of this house. For indeed I was stolen away out of the land of the Hebrews, and here also have I done nothing that they should put me into the dungeon. When the chief baker saw that the interpretation was good, he said unto Joseph, I also was in my dream, and behold, I had 3 white baskets on my head, and in the upmost basket there was all manner of baked meat for Pharaoh, and the birds did eat them out of the basket upon my head. And Joseph answered and said, This is the interpretation thereof. The 3 baskets are 3 days. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thy head from off thee, and shall hang thee on the tree, and the birds shall eat thy flesh from thee. And it came to pass that the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made feast unto all his servants, and he lifted up his head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants, and he restored the chief butler unto his butlership, and he gave cup into Pharaoh's hand. But he hanged the chief baker, as Joseph had interpreted unto them. Yet did not the chief butler remember Joseph, but forget him. All right. That was chapter 36 through 40. A little tougher-ish, some of them, but we're getting there. We're almost done. We got 2 more weeks till we're done with Genesis, and then we're on to Genesis Exodus. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Love you. Thanks for watching, listening. If you like these videos, give a thumbs up. Do the YouTubey stuff, the podcast stuff, like, share, comment, follow, the drill. Appreciate y'all. Love you. Little donation tag if you feel like it. If not, cool. That's cool. Just do the normal stuff if you don't want to donate. The channel is demonetized. I'm not monetizing these videos anyway, but the whole channel as a whole has been demonetized for something stupid. But anyway, if you feel like it, there's a little PayPal tab down below. If you feel like donating a couple bucks, cool. If not, hey, that's cool too. I'm not doing this part for money. So if you feel like it, if not, appreciate you still. Love you. Even if you're not subscribed, love you. Anyway, we'll see you next week.